Hey everyone, my name is Yashi and welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do a makeup look and I'll share my experience with homophobia. But before that, I just want to tell you that my hair is really long right now, by the way. And yes, all the products that I'll be using will be linked down below. So without any further ado, I think we should start with the video. So, I came out when I was 13, almost like turning 14. It might seem pretty young to figure out one's sexuality in such a hostile environment, but to be fair, I have the hostile environment to thank for such an early clarity. I think a big reason why that was is because I never really had traditionally masculine features. I spoke softly, and I never really played sports. Not that you have to play sports to be masculine, but it's the traditional thing associated with boys and masculinity. And other boys noticed these differences in me way before even I did. They used to call me gay, and I didn't even knew the meaning of the word back then. Since 8th grade till my graduation, I was always bullied for, being gay and, being not traditionally masculine. But at the same time, I was presented with a lot of unique requests, if you would. But the girls were more or less nicer, and I mean, I was never good friends with anyone till 10th, except one guy friend. But even as we moved on to 11th grade, whenever we would hang out, guys in his class would always ship us, not in a cute way, in a way more like they were cushioning his manhood. This was also the time where I was aggressively approached sexually by a lot of guys in my class as well as few other guys in the commerce section. Not necessarily because I was promiscuous, because honestly, I was mostly with my girlfriends and hanging out with them, but I think I was approached that way so often. Because most straight men have this false idea that gay boys would love nothing more than their unwashed 3-inch dick. Or the simple fact that I'm actually pretty feminine when it comes to looks or the way I present myself, even the way my voice sounds. I don't even have an Adam's apple. So maybe it becomes, an easy gateway for them to experiment, which is a theory I believe in actually till this date. Because honestly, I have never been hit on by a gay guy. I am exclusively hit on by straight men or bisexual, traditionally masculine guys. Being in school was like a literal hell every day, honestly, because even though I was always with the girlies, I was never given the same respect or affection or funliness like they were. I felt like I was a side character doomed to be friends with the main heroine, destined for great romance and success, and I'm just there to, well, for comedic effect or to say yes once in a while. But when we are talking about school, we also need to talk about teachers. Okay, so as far as I remember, the only teacher that made it a living hell, as if it was not already, was my vice principal. It's because one day we were in a line and we all of us were going to a prayer in the auditorium, and she pulled me out, probably because my hair was longer. Yes, my hair was longer than the usual boy hair or whatever you want to call it, and my nails were painted. And she was very sexist about it. Like, she didn't even say that, okay, it's not school policy, you have to cut your hair short. She literally threatened me. She pulled my iCard, like literally, like was snatching it from my neck, and she told me that you can't have painted nails, ladki ho kya. I still remember she said that to me. And she took my iCard, went to her office and said, after the prayer ends, come to me and take your iCard and we'll talk. And again, she was very rude. And the thing about me is, as soft and approachable and stupid I look, I always voice my opinion. And I told her that, ma'am, I would cut my hair short and remove the nail paint from tomorrow, but I just want to say, I don't do this for fashion. I do this as a form of self-expression in a school where I get molested every day or every 2 days. Can we talk about that? And well, she got really upset and mad about me about that. And then I continued debating with her. And since then, till the lockdown happened back in 2020, she was on my ass and she made sure that it was always lit on fire. It's not a shock that I do not miss my school and I don't have many good memories, but the one good memory I could think of is my English teachers, both in my 11th grade and my 12th grade. I just feel like English teachers are that flicker of light in a dark tunnel for all the gay people across the world. I don't know what it's about English teachers, but they are the nicest, I swear to God, angels. But you know what's more irritating than your own classmates asking you for a blowjob randomly in the art period? Stepping outside your house And every single auntie, uncle staring deep into your soul, trying to decipher your gender. And every single day that I walk outside my house, I always get to hear at least one person saying, "Ye ladka hai ki ladki." And if it wouldn't be so repetitive, I don't think so I would bother too much. But because it happens every single day without fail, it is so old now. Like, I literally want to sometimes like just strangle myself as soon as I hear that. But besides the obvious homophobia, let me tell you my experience with more subtle experiences with it. So recently, like 2 weeks ago, a new guy shifted in my building, and we have met like a few times because he always pets Shiro whenever I walk him. So recently, I was coming home around midnight after hanging out with my friends, and we met. And he just started talking to me, and he was really nice and sweet. He complimented my smile, my voice. We were also talking about gym. So he mentioned how I look really cute, chubby, and I don't really need to lose a lot of weight, which was anyways. Fast forward, we share our numbers. The next day, we're still texting. And he's really flirty and ends up asking me out on a date. Now, out of nowhere, I get this weird thought. Does he know I'm gay and not a girl? So, in the most awkward confession, I tell him, "Hey, you know I'm gay, right?" When I tell you, silence for a strong minute. And then he proceeds to say, "Oh, I'm cool if you're down for Netflix and chill." And of course, said no. But it's really thought provoking how we went from a date of movies and dinner to Netflix and chill afterwards. I think it'll be impossible for me to discuss my struggles with being gay in India and not discuss my love life or the lack thereof one. Um, okay, so I'm not gonna get into the obvious fact that it is really hard to find a boyfriend in India if you're gay, because it's not like there aren't enough men who are interested in gay boys. Because when I tell you the majority of men are bisexual and would do another guy, you better believe me. But that's just it, right? They like to do gay guys in privacy, discreetly. Because one, they're scared, and second, they don't even accept or try to understand their own sexuality. For fuck's sake, my gym trainer flirts with me every day, but always mentions how he's straight. And when I say flirt, I don't mean only friendly flirt. I also mean, "why don't you suck my cock" kind of flirt. Also, I had a classmate slash friend in school in my 11th. Let's just call him G for the sake of privacy. Now, G and I got along from the very first day, and I remember he used to sit right next to me, and he used to do that knee thing, all right. And I like, his knee was touching mine, and he lifted my knee up. Okay, without making this too spicy and almost like a yaoi fanfiction and going more in detail, he liked me and we did stuff in class. Don't take advice from me, okay? Like, don't do this. But we used to make out when no one was watching, and this went on for the whole year. I told him I liked him, but because this dude was so insecure and dumb, it ended up going nowhere. And eventually, I lost interest in this idiot. But in all fairness, my school was a hell. Kids were like monsters, and teachers were oblivious. But that's about it for this video, and thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, consider subscribing, and if you like my makeup, check out my Instagram, link in bio. And I love you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!